The topic for today's discussion is image enhancement. The syllabus under image enhancements are under spatial, its gray level transformations, histogram processing, basics of spatial filtering, smoothing and sharpening. Under frequency, its introduction to Fourier transform, smoothing and sharpening frequency domain filters, ideal Butterworth and Gaussian filters, homomorphic filtering, and color image enhancement. So what do you mean by image enhancement is the process of enrichment in certain feature of an image is called as image enhancement, where the principal objective of image enhancement techniques is to process an image so that the result is more suitable than the original image for a specific application. They are removal of noise and increasing contrast for a dark image. The choice of image enhancement techniques can vary from problem to problem. Now this image, what you're seeing is the tree image of image enhancement, where it has two main branches, spatial domain and frequency domain. Under spatial domain we have point processing, image addition, image subtraction, image averaging and spatial filtering. And we'll just see about the spatial domain. And under point processing we have image negative, contrast stretching, bit plane slicing, gray level slicing and histogram. And under histogram it further branches to histogram equalization and histogram specification, in other words matching. And in spatial filtering it is further branched to smoothing filter and sharpening filter, where smoothing filter is again branched to spatial low pass filter and median filter, and sharpening filter spreads itself to spatial HPF high pass filter, derivative and HPF high boost filter. And derivative is further classified into first order gradient and second order Laplacian. And under the first order gradient we are going to see about Robert mask, pervert mask and Sobel mask, which is to be applied. And the second main branch what we saw was frequency domain. It sub-branched to low pass filter, high pass filter, and then homomorphic filter, and then color image processing. Moving on to the spatial domain. The term spatial domain refers to the aggregate of pixels comprising of an image. To improve the quality of an image by direct manipulation of pixels by itself. The image processing functions in the spatial domain may be expressed as g of x comma y is equal to t of f of x comma y, where f of x comma y is the input image, g of x comma y is the process enhanced image, and capital T represents an operator of f which is defined over some neighborhood of x comma y. Now this diagram gives you a clear picture of a 3 cross 3 neighborhood about a point of x comma y in an image. Now here the center of the sub image is moved from pixel to pixel starting from the top left corner and applying the operator at each location x comma y to give the output image G in that particular location. Now the sub image that is considered may be a circle, square or a rectangular array. Now to consider a simpler case, let us consider a neighborhood pixel. Now this diagram tells you how a neighborhood 3 cross 3 is going to work. Now as I've told you earlier, you're going to consider a 3 cross 3 image and the background is the original image which is given. Now this is the original image pixels, and this is the neighborhood 3 cross 3 what we have considered. Now what you're going to do it is that starting from the top left corner, now this is supposed to be the top left corner, from the left corner you're going to apply this operator to each pixel. So to give an output image G at that particular location. See here, now this pixel is moved one by one as shown in the diagram. Now moving on to the point processing technique. Let us consider a simple case where the neighborhood is 1 cross 1. The output image G depends on the values of f at x comma y, and T is called the gray level transformation function as we have seen earlier. The gray level transformation can be given by S is equal to T of R, where R and S are variables denoting the gray level of f of x comma y and g of x comma y at any point of x comma y. Now here you have two diagrams. Now the first diagram tells you the effect of this transformation is to produce an image of higher contrast compared to the original image by darkening the levels below small m and brightening the levels above M image. So this particular point is M. Where again I'll tell you, the points which are below M are dark and the points which are above M are light. Now the second diagram tells you the typical case of a transfer function T of R that produces a binary image, which is a two-level image. Enhancement at any point in the image depends only on the gray level at that particular point. This kind of technique is called as the point processing. Now, the larger neighborhood allows only pixels which is considered about a center pixel called as x and y, which is called as a mask. Now, a mask in a small two-dimensional having either a 3 cross 3 or a 5 cross 5 or a 7 cross 7 values. Now, we say that the enhancement techniques based on this particular type is called mask processing or filtering. Now, let's see one by one the types of point processing techniques. So the first one we have considered is negative of an image. Now there are a number of applications in which negative of a digital image are quite useful. Displaying of medical image and photographing a screen with monochrome positive film with the idea of using this results negative as a normal slides. Now the negative of a digital image is obtained by using the transformation function S is equal to T of R. Now let us consider this particular graph which tells you about the transformation function and the gray levels what you're going to consider. Now in this particular diagram where L is the number of gray levels, and the idea behind this is to reverse the order from black to white so that the intensity of the output image decreases as the intensity of the input increases. So the transformation function is given by S is equal to T of R. Now if this is applied to the original image, and the resultant negative image of the original image is also shown. The next type of point processing is contrast stretching, where during the image processing, the low contrast images may be due to one of the following reasons: poor illumination, lack of dynamic range in image sensor, wrong setting of aperture. And the main idea behind contrast stretching is to increase the dynamic range of gray levels in the image that is being processed. Now the diagram which is given to you shows both the original image as well as the contrast enhanced image. Now basically we have three cases to define what is a construct stretching and the methods to follow. Now the first is case 1, where this diagram gives you an information of what this particular case is. In this particular figure we come to a conclusion saying that it's a linear function, and the second one is R1 is equal to S1, R2 is equal to S2, R3 is equal to S3, which is linearly proportional, so both are same, and S processed image and R original image is in this kind of transformation is called as a linear function transformation. Now the second case is, in this particular figure we say that the location points R1, S1 and R2, S2 control the shape of the transformation function. If R1 is equal to R2, S1 is equal to 0 and S2 is equal to L minus 1, then the transformation becomes a thresholding function and creates a binary image. Now this kind of transformation is called as a thresholding function. Now the threshold is a separate video which I'll be uploading. To tell it in a simple way, if it's going to be, what do you mean by threshold value is that if you have 0 to 255 pixels, that is small checker boxes which consist of an image, we will be fixing a particular value and we will define that below that particular value everything is going to be dark and above the value is going to be bright. So the value which we are going to fix is called as the threshold value. Now moving on to the case 3, you have a diagram there. The intermediate values of R1, S1 and R2, S2 produces various degree of spread in the gray levels at the output image. Thus, this affects the contrast. So what we are going to do it is that we are going to have an image with low contrast and we are going to compare it with all the other images previously which is installed, and with the help of threshold value using it in your original image, you will be getting in an output image. Moving on to the next type of point processing, which is the gray level slicing, an interesting topic. Now there are numerous applications in which highlighting a specific range of gray levels in an input image of 10 is required. Now for example, enhancing the flaws in X-ray images and enhancing features such as masses of water in satellite imagery. There are two basic approaches for doing the gray level slicing in that. And all enhancement techniques in which all the gray levels in the range of interest are displayed using high values and other gray levels are displayed using low gray levels. Now we have the first diagram, which, or you can also say it as the first level of approach, where all the gray levels in the range of interest are displayed using low values. The corresponding transformation function is only shown in the picture and the results in a binary image. Now this diagram tells you the second approach. It is based on a transformation function. This transfer function brightens the desired range of gray levels but preserves the background and the gray level in the image. So with this we stop the video, and in the next session we'll be seeing about the rest of the types in point processing technique. Thank you.